Yikes, Donald Trump just had a disastrous landing back to Washington, D.C. from Mar-a-Lago, where he was golfing on the taxpayer dime all weekend. Everything is unraveling. Donald Trump's ceasefire has all but collapsed. Donald Trump has made a number of admissions that he's basically just outright supporting Vladimir Putin taking over huge parts of Ukraine, and that he's not going to sanction Russia. He will not be providing weapons to Ukraine. The government is shut down as Donald Trump seems to enjoy taking away the health care of 20 million Americans who will lose their health care. And Donald Trump is sending $40 billion to Argentina while Americans suffer.
Look at his face as he took questions from the press on Air Force One.
I just want to show you what went down. This got ugly for him. He was asked by a reporter, why are you helping Argentina versus like American farmers and Americans? And then he unravels and he starts to yell at this female reporter. He goes, look, young lady, you don't know what you're talking about. Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. What? Here, play this clip.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can, but don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
You mean Argentina's fighting for it, but that's America first. And didn't you all say that Argentina's leader, Javier Milei, was this brilliant guy in 2023? Didn't you all say that Argentina was just crushing it and their economy was surging? I guess the opposite is true. I guess America first means helping out Argentina while taking away the health care of millions of Americans and destroying the lives of American farmers and so many other Americans. So then Donald Trump was asked, do you feel Israel was justified in striking in Gaza? It's been like 35 Palestinians have been killed since this fake ceasefire was announced. The ceasefire is all but done. At this point, Israel says it's closing down humanitarian aid corridors. Hamas says it's not disarming. Donald Trump had no clue what the reporter was even asking him. He's like, what do you mean? Striking where? What's happening? I mean, this is who's leading our country right now. Are you freaking kidding me? Here, play this clip.
Do you feel that Israel was justified with striking when it did?
Striking where?
In Gaza, today and overnight?
I'd have to get back to you on that. I'd have to get back.
What is the next step?
Because we're going to be determined. You know, all of that's is under consideration right now. It's under review.
Then Donald Trump is asked by a reporter about that meeting with Zelensky, where it was reported that Donald Trump started screaming at Zelensky and saying, look, we're not helping you at all, except the current border lines based on what Russia's taken over, and shut up, Zelensky. And apparently Zelensky said, what are you talking about? You stand up, be strong. You're supposed to be sanctioning Russia like you said you were going to be doing. You're supposed to be providing us with long-range missiles like Tomahawks. And Donald Trump's like, we're not going to give you anything. I spoke to Putin, and Putin told me that this is how it's going to go down. I kid you not, that's what went down. I predicted that was going to happen on your last Blessed Midas Touch podcast. You remember I said, Putin called Donald Trump. Trump's going to go into that meeting with Zelensky, just sprouting off the Putin talking points. And here's what went down. Donald Trump was asked, did you tell Zelensky that he needed to cede all of these regions? And Trump's like, no. But he needs to give up all the land that Russia's taken over already. Listen to what he says. I mean, this is literally traitorous stuff that he's saying here. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, Friday, you said you had a cordial meeting with President Zelensky. During that meeting, did you tell him he needed to cede all of the Donbass region to Russia?
No, we never discussed it. We think that what they should do is just stop at the lines where they are, the battle lines. You have a battle line right now. The rest is very tough to negotiate. If you're going to say, you take this, we take that, there's so many different permutations. So what I say is they should stop right now at the battle lines. Go home, stop killing people, and be done.
What do you think should happen with the Donbass region?
Let it be cut the way it is. It's cut up. right now. I think 78% of the land is already taken by Russia. You leave it the way it is right now. They can negotiate something later on down the line. But I said, cut and stop at the battle line, go home, stop fighting, stop killing people.
Then Donald Trump is asked about the Hudson River Tunnel in New York City, the funding from which Donald Trump has revoked the billions of dollars that were already earmarked for this project. Donald Trump is saying, I get to choose what the hell happens in New York. I believe it's terminated unless they beg, basically, or otherwise I'm not going to give them any funding. By the way, there is a big governor's race in New Jersey where you have the MAGA Republican candidate who, loves this stuff. You love destroying New Jersey, apparently, you idiot. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President, sticking with New York City, you've talked about the Hudson River Tunnel, the infrastructure project. You said that the funding has been terminated, but, folks in New York have said that it's not terminated. So where does that stand?
Well, as of now, it's terminated, and that's up to me. And as of now, it's terminated. And it's terminated because the Democrats are so foolish what they've done to the country. I mean, we have the hottest country in the world. There's no country even close. And they just want to do this. There's nothing for them to do. All they have to do is just say, let everything continue. And I will say a lot of Democrats want this to get over.
So the administration right now is not sending funding?
Right now, there is no funding because it's up to me.
Then Donald Trump is asked about the No Kings protests, which set records as the largest protests in the history of the United States. And Trump's response was, I think it's a joke. And he said that George Soros and other radical left lunatics were responsible for all of the brand new signs. I mean, the brand new signs, people writing on poster boards about we're not a nation of kings. No king since 1776. Here, play this clip right here.
What is your response to the protests?
Who are you with?
How would they be?
Would they be?
What's your response to the protests over the weekend, the No Kings protests?
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective. And the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
And by the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Donald Trump is next asked about the government shutdown. Do you want to see the premium tax credits extended? Watch his response.
Mr. President, on the shutdown, do you want to see the premium tax credits extended if the Democrats vote to reopen the government?
Let me just tell you that there'll be no money given toward their crazy escalation of giving money to illegal aliens that came into the country totally illegally. I mean, they came in illegally. They want to spend $1.5 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars, giving it to people that came into the country illegally. They shouldn't have come in. In fact, one of the reasons they came in was to get this money. And California is a big culprit. I mean, California, they're out of control. And we're not going to pay California all of that money that they're giving away illegally. And that's another thing. Between California and Colombia, there's not that much difference. We're not going to be making those payments.
What are you even talking about, okay? There is no federal funding going to Medicaid. It's not allowed. Period. Full stop. The federal funding's not going to the Affordable Care Act. Period. Full stop. You're just making things up. What are you saying that if someone's here who's not documented or anybody shows up to an emergency room that they need to show their papers? Don't you realize that even if citizens show up and they have to show their papers in that short amount of time, that could lead to people dying? Don't you realize that EMTALA, the Emergency Medical Treatment Act, was actually done under Republican administrations going way back decades and decades and decades? This guy's an idiot, as I keep saying it over and over again.